In today's video, we are going to take a look at what is next for the First Descendant and also check what is coming for Season 3. So without further ado, let's begin. First, we are going to go over what is coming this week for the update for the 19th. I believe that is Thursday.
In the update, I don't know everything. You can tell me some of it, but basically, we get some cores we can slap onto to modules, I think.
No,
And
to component sets.
To component sets. My bad,
Exactly.
component sets. See, I care so little that I didn't even know what it went to.
More cores, that's
And
it.
And they more cores. Ooh, and then
amazing.
we get another difficulty. We get a fourth Colossus.
The challenge
fourth
difficulty.
different difficulty to the Colossus. Do we care? No, we as in us. If you care, good for you. I don't care at all. We'll look at it, of course. I don't know, was there anything else?
Well, if you want to know what is that difficulty if you care about Colossus, it's like people were killing Ice Maiden so freaking fast. Like in 2 seconds. They didn't like that, so instead of nerfing you, nerfing everybody else, or making Ice Maiden super strong, they decided to introduce new immunity mechanics in this challenge difficulty for the Void Intercept battles. And the other thing that I think is interesting in this update is the Void Intercept battle death counts per person.
That's in this update.
Yeah, this is coming Thursday. Supposedly that is attached to individual players. So if you go down a lot and you want to ruin everybody's life by failing the mission, that doesn't happen anymore. It will not fail the mission.
Okay, I can get behind that one. I would say if that's in this update, because it's confusing because there's so many updates. But yeah, I would say that's good. That's a good change. If you, I don't even think it's necessarily people do it on purpose so much. We've had some players that just weren't very good or weren't ready for it. It's fine.
They didn't have it the right.
But I like that it's tied to them. Tied individually to them. I would say that's one of the better things with this update.
Yeah, they say that when you actually go down many times that you have no more death count, you will stay, you know how they are in the floor waiting to get rescued, you're going to get in that state.
Be in a down
Yeah,
state.
In a down state, probably you can crawl, but you can get picked up.
That's kind of interesting, but the rest of it, I just don't care.
I don't think that is enough for us to come back. We don't play this game right now, so I feel like there's other interesting games coming out this month. I don't think the update for June is interesting enough, for me at least. Now moving into July, we are going to get some changes to the Void Russian Purge, where you don't have 30 stages anymore, you're going to only have 10. But they say that number 10 is going to be equivalent to level 30, so don't worry about changing your course, it's going to be the same Legion of Darkness. And the reason for this, I think, is because they realized how repetitive and annoying this was. Another things in this update are going to be some balancing adjustment for the Descendants and for some weapons. And I believe maybe here we get the changes to Clay, where she doesn't get slowed down when she uses her skill with infinite ammo. So I think that was kind of cool. And also Bunny is going to be back to be the fastest. She's going to be sprinted to the max. So that's nice. And I heard they're going to change some weapons DPS to make them more on par with the last dagger firearm.
For me, the Void Abortion Purge, that's a good change. It's a good change. I don't really care. Kind of like with the update, the first part of the video, don't really care. But yeah, it was repetitive. Let's, streamline it is what they did. So that's good. The changes to Descendants, the balancing changes to the Descendants and the weapons is good. And I usually with updates, that's what I'm most curious about, because I'm curious if they, how noticeable the changes were. The change to Glay is definitely good. Glay is one of my favorite Descendants. She's just reliable. She's really good at what she does. And she's always kind of been one of the best Descendants. The rest of them, I don't know. I don't really care that much. As far as the weapons go, though, the last dagger has always been really, or I don't know, it hasn't always been really good. That's not true. It is really good now. And if they don't want to nerf that weapon and then try to bring other ones up to where that one is, I like that. But then I feel like we fall into that slippery slope of what happened with the Descendants, where Ines just got out of control. They didn't like it, so they nerfed her, and then people got used to it, and now people are still unhappy about it. So hopefully they can balance the weapons a little bit better. But yeah, July, I don't care too much, but it sounds better than what we're getting this coming week.
And of course, one thing that people probably are the most excited about coming on July kind of for the summer update is they are going to introduce a huge Infinity Pool swings, in Albion, Infinity Albion Pool Then they talk about how big it's going to be. It's going to be interactable. You're going to be inside. You're going to be in the launch area, etc. And with this, they are going to release a full new set of updated swimsuits for the girls and a generic one for the guys.
Yep, don't care. Don't care at all.
Yeah, we don't buy skins. If you guys play this game mostly for how sexy or pretty your girl looks like, well, probably you're happy about this. And finally, we are going to take a look at the Season 3 content roadmap. Like always, these updates are like split up into different months. We are going to get a big chunk of the update on August 7 with a new Descendant nail, a new song called The Action Planes, where, if I remember correctly, we are going to have the first time dynamic weather and time change. And this is not just aesthetic. This is going to affect what is going on the open world in this area. We are going to have specific battlements or battlefields or colossi spawning events. And it sounds like it's going to be chaotic, but really, really alive and cool. And speaking of colossi, we have a new colossus called the Wall Crusher. He's the first field colossus. Supposedly he's the tallest and the biggest colossus to date, even taller than the Ice Maiden. And for what it looks like, he's going to be like the pinnacle of the colossi battles. People can join up to 8 players just by walking in. You don't have to be there at the beginning of the battle. I thought that was really cool. And also we are going to have a new type of enemy called the Legion of Breach. So it's a new Legion we are going to get. We have 3 right now. We are going to have a new Legion of Breach. It doesn't say here in the roadmap, so we are going to go back to the website. Scroll down. These guys are supposedly connected to some kind of hive mind. So if you're attacking them with ice, they're going to learn from that and create some resist to ice, so you have to change to fire. That's what I heard. And it looks like you can defeat the mind too by interacting with specific weapons that drop in the field that you have to use. Also, in this part of the season, we are going to get the hover bikes. Probably you already saw it on the trailer. We are going to get one for free though. One for free as long as we log in Season 3. I don't know how good it's going to be because it looks like it's not just how amazing it looks. It's going to have different speeds or are going to be harder or easy to control. But they mentioned that there are going to be other ones that you can purchase in the store as well. Another thing we would like to mention is a thing they call the trigger modules. I made some investigation about this and I'm not totally sure what it's about. But they say that now each skill is going to have a type or a class or something to classify them. And depending what kind of skill you trigger, you're gonna get an effect with it. And I don't think it's visual. I think it's going to be doing damage to enemies like AoE attacks or stuff like that. They didn't really show any examples, and it's an interesting change to maybe how you build your characters. But moving to the next part of the day, this one is going to drop at the beginning of September. The main highlights on this part of the day is the Ultimate Luna and the new area you're going to have in Albion, the lounge. I'm assuming it's some kind of like area that you can enter maybe with your party, maybe you have to log in, and hopefully you can personalize. Hopefully it's not just generic for everybody. And another thing I'm hoping as well is that whatever you can put into this room, personal room, is not just something you have to buy with real money, but you can just grind for it. And lastly, in this update, we are going to get a new fellow, a husky. On October, one of the coolest things they are going to introduce is the new melee system with swords. And here you can see it says something like blast modules, so I'm assuming you can add modules to the sword like weapons, and external component sets. So I don't know, that means that you're going to have a specific set that go with these melee weapons. Moving to November, you have a new dungeon, a new Descendant. They didn't specify here actually, it's just a new Descendant. And on December, we are gonna get Ultimate Judging with another new dungeon as well. I'm assuming the closer we get to this month, they are going to like give us trailers or more information about what is going on. The things I'm more excited about in this Season 3, I guess, is the new song, the Action Planes, the hover bikes. I want to see if they are any similar to the Sparrows in Destiny 2. And it'd be cool to see that personal space you get in Albion, the lounge.
Season 3 sounds pretty good. You know, it's been delayed. I kind of understand why maybe. It's a lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff broken up into different parts, and you know, it sounds really good. It definitely sounds good. Better to push it back a tiny bit and have it be fully done than, you know, half-baked and whatever. So it's looking good. I think that's going to be good for the game. I think it definitely could bring some people back. I don't think it's going to. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe it jumps their numbers huge, but I don't know. It's just, I think it's going to be. Okay, I guess real quick, what I'm excited for. I'm excited for the melee weapons. I think that sounds kind of cool. The new zone, like you said, and whatever they're called, the speeders, the sparrows,
the hover bikes, yeah.
Hover bikes, yeah.
Yeah.
Hover bikes. I'm excited for that. You know, I know they're going to probably make ones that are way better, way faster, way everything that they're going to charge you like $20 for, and they can go jump in a lake, but because I'm not going to buy it. But, you know, whatever. I can see them trying to do something disgusting there. But anyways, I think what I'm most concerned of is I am excited for Season 3, and I think it can be great, and it sounds real cool. What I'm mostly concerned of is the game is in trouble right now. It is hurting. The player base isn't great, and you can white knight it all you want and say that doesn't matter. It does. It definitely does. When you're a live service, online only game, and your player base keeps dwindling, and you're not coming out with any content, any meaningful content, eventually said game is going to get taken offline and you can't play it anymore. So it does matter. It does. White knight all you want. It does matter. I think it'll be okay to August, but I think it's going to be hurting. I think that this pushing it back and then throwing just grind in there to just keep people playing the game, but not really meaningful stuff, at least not from the sounds of it, is just to try to keep the diehards in the game. I think that's all it is. I think just to keep the diehards searching for that teeny, eeny, weeny, a little bit more power. I think that's all it really is. But yeah, I'm, not to try to downplay Season 3. It sounds great, sounds cool. I think it could be a lot of fun, and definitely looking forward to it. It's just the stuff in between now and then doesn't sound that great to me.
So guys, this is our opinion about the update coming on Thursday and what is coming on July. But let us know down in the comment how you feel about it, and thank you so much for watching.